The opening ceremony of the Milano Cortina Winter Olympics marked a historic moment on Friday as athletes and spectators from around the world gathered to celebrate the spirit of unity. Held in the iconic San Siro Stadium, the event showcased Italy's rich cultural heritage through breathtaking performances and paid homage to Italy's artistic legacy. Just as the ceremony was taking place, our correspondent went to feel the pulse of the games across the northern capital.
Get your tickets ready! Sta nascendo adesso un po' di energia, fino adesso non si è sentito nulla, abbiamo provato a prendere dei biglietti con 2 bimbe, ma devo spendere 1.000 euro per fargli vedere una gara, quindi è un gran peccato perché i milanesi non riescono a viverla molto, però speriamo che vada bene.
I did watch the flame go by, which was very fun. I did stand there for 4 hours. I was hoping to see Snoop Dogg, but I had the most amazing time just with my friends, just talking, yapping, letting time pass by, and seeing the flame come and bring peace to Milan was amazing.
Milan is buzzing with anticipation ahead of the Milano Cortina Winter Olympic Games. The city is full of Olympic-themed events like this one behind me, where everyone is welcome to join. According to a recent poll, over 70% of Italians said they will follow the Games. The government expects around 2 million visitors, with over 50,000 for the opening ceremony alone. The arrival of the Olympic torch relay and the gathering of athletes are central to Friday's main events. The opening ceremony taking place on Friday at Milan San Siro Stadium sees the presence of around 50 heads of state and government. Giorgia Orlandi for Euronews, Milan.
Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez warned of a new storm heading for southern Spain. He urged residents to stay cautious during the coming difficult days.
Vienen días complejos porque entra un nuevo frente, otra borrasca en el día de mañana. Estamos sufriendo una meteorología muy adversa, muy peligrosa, muy delicada, y por eso yo solamente quiero hacer 2 llamamientos: 1 a la calma, 2 a la prudencia y, si me permiten, a que todos los ciudadanos y ciudadanas se informen a través de los servicios de emergencia.
Sánchez spoke while visiting areas hit by previous deadly storms. A girl remains missing after being swept away by a swollen river. Portugal had barely recovered from last week's battering by rain and winds that killed 5 people, injured hundreds, and left tens of thousands without power. This week's storm Leonardo has left 1 dead in Portugal and lashed the southern Spanish region of Andalusia. Dozens of roads stay closed due to flooding and landslides. Spain's weather agency expects another storm system over the weekend. Leonardo follows a series of storms that have recently battered Spain and Portugal.
Oman mediated indirect talks on Friday between Iran and the United States over Tehran's nuclear program. The first such encounter since negotiations stalled after the U.S. conducted strikes on Iran's nuclear sites during Israel's 12-day conflict against the Islamic Republic last June. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi and U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff met separately with Oman's foreign minister at a palace on the outskirts of the capital, Muscat. The meeting also came just weeks after a wave of anti-government protests across Iran, during which the U.S. threatened military action.
The president has obviously been quite clear in his demands of the Iranian regime. Zero nuclear capability is something he's been very explicit about, and he wants to see if a deal can be struck. And while these negotiations are taking place, I would remind the Iranian regime that the president has many options at his disposal, aside from diplomacy, as the commander-in-chief of the most powerful military in the history of the world.
The scope of the negotiations remains unclear, and there had been tensions in the run-up to the talks over whether the meeting should also address Tehran's support of proxies and its ballistic missile programs, 2 U.S. concerns that Iran resisted. With the American threats of military action still looming, the United States has maneuvered a naval group led by aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln into the region, while Iran has repeatedly vowed it will hit back at U.S. bases if attacked.